I know y'all haven't seen me in the kitchen in forever, right? So I just posted like a thing on my community tab. Today is November 1st. Let me tell y'all, your girl, as promised, okay? As promised, need to get back into the game of budgeting of my groceries. I know we are in tough times, you guys. Tough times. Inflation is real, okay? Is real. But I'm going to share with you guys like I've done in the past, and we're going to bring it back because sometimes we need reminders, okay? Sometimes, it's okay to take a break. If we slip and fall, just get back up. Don't be hard on yourselves, okay? Anything with life, whether it's budgeting, just anything, okay? It's okay if you fall. The only thing is that you get back on track, get back up, okay? Now, I haven't budgeted my groceries in over a year because first and foremost, I was just going through it, and I'm like, yo, I got all this food stamps. Your girl don't have to budget, and that's true. That's true. As you guys know, I got leftover food stamps, right? And as I mentioned, it should be ending in November for me. That's my November will be ending for me because I did get my pamphlet in the mail, and starting in December, I would have to do a renewal. I'm not doing the renewal, obviously, because I'm on to bigger and better things, which we'll be talking about soon, okay? Cooking some beef right now. We're going to be doing some tacos. Tacos. So let me tell you something really quick. The video I just uploaded today, which is November 1st, I did that. I forgot what day I did that on. I told you guys in the video. I think it was like the 31st. I really wasn't going to post it. Like, I listened back to it. I'm like, Candace, I seemed so hyper. First and foremost, I seemed so hyper. Plus, I didn't want the message to come off as being negative. Now, y'all know I'm not a negative person, but I do keep it real. Like I mentioned, what's wrong with sharing? Now, let me clarify, and I know I mentioned this in the video. Nobody has said anything, but sometimes I just got to retract myself because you guys know I don't do any edits, okay? Keep it real and raw. But if I feel like I need to explain something, I'm going to do it. Not because somebody else asked me to. But real life, right? I'm not saying to share how much you make with this anybody. I do what I do because that's just me, right? I share on the internet because I don't care, okay? I don't care how people look at me or any of that. I feel like me sharing is helping. If it helps at least one person, that makes my day. I'm a helper. Okay, let me drain this beef. Be right back. Alright, so where was I at? I totally forgot, you guys. I put the shells in, and also I drained the meat, and I put the seasoning and water in. We already have taco seasoning, and we also already have taco cheese, shredded cheese. What else was there? But I did go to the store, as you guys seen, for that shredded lettuce. So yeah, really quick, go back on track, Candace. I figured it out. I am by no means telling people be open, share everything. No, we're all not meant like that. In the world and society that we live in, it's not safe to always share everything, okay? That's why I'm choosy with what I pick. Now, my finances, that's a different story, right? That's different. For me, I feel okay. If there comes a time where I feel like, I shouldn't be sharing it, then that will be different. But I don't think that time will ever come. But you just never know. This world is crazy, right? But anyways, what I'm trying to say is help people out. Now, I'm not just saying help anybody, okay? You don't have to just help anybody. You don't have to be like me. That's not what I'm saying. But for people, your family, your close family, your close friends, what's wrong with being open with them, right? Let me tell you something. My niece, one of my nieces, back years ago, she was like, "Hey, Candace, how much you make?" Now, on that side, those kids, they don't care. They're just blunt with it, right? They're like my brother. They're like their mom, right? Like, I'm not saying no filter, but some of my siblings, we're open. Okay, so my niece asked me, how much you make? Of course I told her. Where you work at? What you do? Let me tell you, years later she ended up working for that company. Okay, I shared with her. She was like, why don't anybody else in our family want to say how much they make? I'm like, I don't know why it's a big secret. I don't know. Now, let me tell you something. I'm happy I gave her that information. She kind of followed in my footsteps. It's kind of funny because there was other things that she followed in my footsteps for. I can't recall every single one of them, but I know there was like another thing that she kind of followed me in. And, you know, it's because I'm open. You know, it's good to share. Now, I will say this girl, she's younger than me. She's probably like 9 years younger than me because I was like 9 years old, about to turn 10 when she was born. She made almost more money than me. Okay? She's a go-getter. She's a go-getter. She would like responsibilities, you know, trying to be a supervisor and stuff like that. That's not me. I'm like, congratulations all the way, honey. I don't care. You surpassed me. You're younger than me. I don't care, you know. But I'm going to say this. I know I had something to do with her thinking about, oh, is that? You know what I mean? Like, it's funny because we don't talk as much anymore, but she's like, yeah, Candace, I follow you a lot, huh? I'm like, yeah. But that's just me. And give me one moment. So, like, you know, because I'm open. I'm like, how much you make, you know? And she told me, and I'm like, girl, you almost make as much as me. Obviously I was at my newer job by then. And I'm just like, yo, that is awesome, okay? And, you know, it's just a beautiful feeling, you know, to share with others. And whether they decide to jump on it, but it doesn't matter. It's that you shared, you know. You let them know it's possible. You let them know your experience. And, yeah, y'all. So, yeah, I don't know what she's doing right now. I'm pretty sure she's still at the company, but I don't know for sure. I haven't really been in contact with her like that on that type of talking. But that's what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, and as I mentioned, I grew up with my parents not really saying anything about finances, nothing. And me sharing what I do or anything like that, or how much I make, how much I make is not a big factor. I understand that. But it kind of gives you a bigger picture, like, yo, I'm entry level. I don't have a degree, like an associate's or anything like that. I'm entry level, you know. That's all I am, you know. That's all I am. But, you know, I can share, like I share with you guys, especially like because I can be really open about my seasonal jobs, because they're seasonal, you know. Amazon, Kohl's, and, you know, my little thing about Lowe's. But that's just me, right? Because, you know, people want to know. If everybody kept things in, how would anybody know what to experience? Now, I will say this. When you share something, that don't mean that's going to be somebody else's experience. As we all know, there's a lot of ups and downs with Amazon. I tell you guys, some people have bad experiences all the way with Amazon. Whether it's Amazon's issue or their personal issues, that's entirely up to them. But, you know, every job is not for everybody, right? And it's open. It's good to be open, you know? Like, oh, this is what I did. Just to share, you know? Like I said, it's like giving somebody an opportunity to learn something new. This is probably something that was never on their mind. When I was back in when I was back in New York, y'all, if you guys don't know, that's where I'm from. Not New York City, but when I was living back in New York, and, you know, I told you that I was trying to, you know, get a work at home job. never before was anything talked about work at home jobs, because that really wasn't out there. It really wasn't out there like that. But I did research. And it's funny because eventually one of my family members, all these years, I was like, you got a kid, work from home, they were like, no. Now they work from home and they love it. They were like, Candace, I wish I would have did it sooner. But it's the fact that you share, some people, not everybody's going to jump on what you're talking about or your experience. Nobody's going to jump on that all the time. And I'm not asking nobody, but I'm just I'm open to share, and I think that's beautiful. I think it's so beautiful. And as I mentioned, some things does have to be kept private. You have to be careful about who you share things with, what you share with them. I totally get that. So let me, if you don't mind, sorry, let me tell you about today. So your girl was on, today's Tuesday, November 1st, okay? So your girl went to work. And I did wonderful, you guys. I'm like, oh my goodness, I love my job. Now, I love helping people, okay? I love helping people. Once again, the job is not ideal, okay? But it's like everything came back to me, you guys. I felt so good to be helping people, to help answer their questions about their accounts. There were like 2 or 3 calls that I did have to reach out to another department for. And somebody was like, oh, I can't help you, call this person. But you know what? I was so at ease. Now, I will say, I don't know if it's the medication or just that this break has given me a chance. I won't even say it's the medication, and I'll tell you why in a minute. It's the fact that this job has given me, not the job, but the break that I took. It gave me a chance to really relax and get better. I know the medication probably has something to do with it, but let me tell you something, because when I was in training, when I got back to work, and you guys know, like the first week and a half, I was going through emails and I was going through training. I would get off of work and I would be so stiff, like, because it's just like my body reacting, right? Up here, I'm like, oh my goodness, I felt so tense. And I'm just like, I know this job is going to, like, my body was going into, like, protective mode, right? Because everything I was reading, right? There were so many changes that went on. Still, there was, even through the emails, there was a lot of disconnect. And I'm like, this is what I'm coming back to. So when I was doing this, or going through, my emails and going through the trainings that I had to go through, I ain't gonna lie, like, I didn't feel like this type of anxious, but my body was feeling it, right? I was just, you guys know what I mean. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. So when Friday came along, this past Friday, I was tied in with the lady. And I felt at ease. And then this past Monday, yesterday, which would have been the 31st of October, I was on the phones, but she was, there listening in with me, being able to help me out if I had any questions, which I did have some questions, like 2 or 3, and she helped me out, or probably even a couple more, who knows. But today I was on my own, you guys, and I had to reach out to management for like one question, and I had to reach out to like 2 departments for different questions. So I had to reach out like 3 or 4 times today. But I felt at ease. Now, one of the things could be because I have a new mindset, probably know that I'm leaving, for one. But like I always told you, the job itself was not the issue. It was the company. So me doing my job and being the good associate that I am, okay, I felt so good, you guys. I'm like, I'm still giving my job my all. I'm not slacking on my calls. I'm doing what I need to do because that's what my customers deserve. I'm still getting paid. I'm going to give you what you paid me for. So I'm not quiet quitting, okay, as some people would say. So yeah, y'all, I felt really, really good, y'all. I'm like, then in the back of my head, right, you know, these thoughts has come up. And you guys know I don't know much about Plan C, right? I don't know if the grass is greener on the other side. So in my head, I'm like, Candace, man, you feel good. Like, you can stick with this. I mean, the company is going to be making some changes, as slow as it is, but they're going to be making some changes and all of this stuff. This is what's going on in my head, right? And I'm like, man, Candace, you can do this. Like, you can stay with this company. Like I said before, you know, go further, you know? But I'm just like, I don't know, y'all, but I ain't gonna front that has crossed my mind between yesterday and today. Okay, Monday and today is Tuesday. And but you know, sometimes for myself, and I'm gonna tell you why I feel confident about Plan C, which I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging for too much longer, trust me. But I'm gonna tell you why I feel confident with Plan C. It's like everything's aligning and everything is, you know, you pray about something and something comes true for you. So that's why I'm like, probably why I feel at ease. But in the back of my mind, you know, you pray for something and then you're like, man, well, I can stick with this. And I'm just like, Candace, are you serious? Because I'm good at what I do, you guys. I'm good at what I do. As I mentioned, upper management and the training manager, they have noticed me, okay? And one time by the training manager and twice by upper management. So I know I'm a good employee, and I hadn't even been there a year, okay? And I'm like, man, Candace, you could do so much. But at the same time, you guys, I knew this in the back of my mind. I'm like, this part-time, I knew part-time was going to be temporary. Yeah, I do want it to go up to 2 years, but with how everything is going in this world, you guys, I'm like, Candace, you got to put your big girl panties on and, you know, do what you got to do, which we'll discuss that. But yeah, y'all, I just wanted to let you know I had a really good day. And I was so hyper in my yesterday's video, well, the video I just uploaded today as of Tuesday, because I just had a good day. I went to the gym. I just got back from the gym. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to y'all. And I felt the same way today, you know. I went to the gym afterwards, and it's not because I was anxious. I wasn't even anxious after. Sorry, they see their friend across the street. Yeah, y'all, so I went to the gym because I'm like, well, I still got my gym membership, which will be ending. I did put in a request to cancel it, but they said because I have to at least have a 30-day notice that it will end at the end of November. And I'm like, Candace, why you can go and get back into the mood, you know what I mean? Because when I was working for and going to the gym afterwards, I felt really good. And I think that's why I was so hyper yesterday, because I was getting back into it, you know, and just working out. As I mentioned, I just go on a stationary bike for an hour and I do basically 9 miles, and it feels so good. Like, I'm so proud of myself, you know, and to know that I'm not anxious, I'm not letting the job get to me now. Tomorrow may be different, but for these past 2 days have been wonderful, and it had me second guessing, okay, putting in my tweet notice. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm not gonna backtrack. I'm not gonna backtrack. At least, let me tell you this, at least I'm leaving on good terms. So if for whatever reason I would like to come back, if they're not feeling salty, then I at least have a door open, right? I didn't do that previously with Kohl's, even though Kohl's will probably hire me back anyways, who knows? But especially my full-time job, yeah, that's not gonna happen. And that's something I don't want to do anymore. As I mentioned, I wasn't in the right mindset, and that's okay. And I know my psychologist or psychiatrist, I think it's psychologist, like the counselor, she's like, let me write them a letter, let them know that, you know, you were just dealing with your emotions and you're sorry. I'm like, nope. And you know what? It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, she was like, what, Candace? You didn't do a 2-week notice? I'm like, nope, I just quit. She's like, no, what if you want to go back? And she was willing to, you know, write up a letter for me, you guys. And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I never told you guys that, but yeah, she did. And then after I went to the gym, I ended up going to grocery shopping, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But I was like, today's the first of the month. I promised you guys that I'm gonna get back on track with grocery budgeting, which is fun for me because it's like a game. It's like couponing for me, right? Finding good deals, stretching those dollars. That's me all day, every day. My son, I know he be like, Mom, like if somebody charges me $1 extra, I want my dollar back. You know, you gotta teach, like, money don't come for free. You know, I had to work 30 minutes for that dollar, you know. All right, y'all, I do have to do dishes because these are piling up. Jamez finished off the chili, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. So yeah, I gotta clean up everything. And yeah, I just wanted to touch bases with you. Hopefully your November is off to a good start. Hopefully we have a good November, y'all. And as I mentioned, you know, take it one day at a time, and take it 1 minute at a time if you have to. It's about us just getting back up, you know, trying to keep a positive mindset. It's hard. It's hard. I'm not gonna front. I know it's hard, but yeah, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.